Is it in the agenda or what happened?
Yeah, we have it as item number 10.
10?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, I have a comment. So the number 7 is motion to select of the secret. Oh, yes, got it. Never mind.
I would just say to be respectful of our public participants, if we could move public participation a little higher up, just so they can make their presentations, and if they have to leave, then we could continue our business. That's just
That's a good idea.
the recommendation I have, just to be respectful. Because it's all the way at the end, number 15. So we could just move it
All the way up.
a little higher.
Where?
in the
Could we move it to the 11th? That way we already have our officers in place and we have, if we have any new members coming in.
That'd be great. And actually, if we'll put it right after set up regular scheduled meetings, so then they know our meetings. And they're able to get it out to the community as well, because they're community partners, so it just makes a lot of sense. So we'll put public participation.
So we have to present that as
So I present a motion to
But
move.
there
well,
was
we
a
have
motion.
to,
We will have a motion on the floor.
we have to bring down the motion that we have on the floor and then,
Go ahead. That's your
All right, close for discussion. Roll call for vote. Mr. Caputi?
So no, right?
Yeah.
No.
Mr. De Jesus?
yes.
Ms. Dunn?
No.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez? Ms. Hernandez? Ms. Lopez?
No.
Ms. Marin? Mr. Quiles?
No.
Ms. Valentine?
No.
Myself, no. That's 10 no's. Motion does not pass.
Motion carried.
So now I'll present a motion to move item 15, which is public participation, to follow item number 11, which is the setup of the regular meeting. So our participants could participate and be excused if needed to.
Open for discussion. Close for discussion. Roll call for vote. Mr. Caputi?
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus?
Yes.
Ms. Dunn?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez? Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Marin? Mr. Quiles?
All right.
Ms. Valentine?
Yes.
Myself, yes. That's 10 yes. Motion passes. Item number 6 is the motion and selection of chairperson.
I nominate Norma Lopez.
I second the motion. Oh.
I do.
Open for discussion? Okay, close for discussion. Roll call for vote. Mr. Caputi?
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus?
Yes.
Ms. Dunn?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez? Ms. Hernandez? Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Marin? Mr. Quiles?
Yes.
Ms. Valentine?
Yes.
Myself, yes. That's 10 yes. Motion passes.
Thank you, Dr. Richards. Thank you, everyone. So we move to the next item in the agenda, which is motion and selection of the secretary. And I would like to nominate Mr. Caputi.
Do you accept it?
I heard it.
Did you accept?
Sure.
You? Okay. So open for discussion. Discussion, close discussion, and roll call for vote, please.
You want me to do it? Or is the secretary?
I don't
He
have
doesn't have.
Oh, that's true.
I'll do it. Mr. Caputi?
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus?
Yes.
Ms. Dunn?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez? Ms. Hernandez? Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Marin? Mr. Quiles?
Yes.
Ms. Valentine?
Yes.
Myself, yes. That's 10 yes. Motion passes.
Motion passes. Yep. Next item in the agenda is motion and selection of the vice chair. Any nominations?
I nominate Mr. Quiles.
I second.
Thank you. Mr. Aquiles, did you accept?
I guess.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure being in this council for so many years as a vice chair, and I would like to kind of take a break and nominate someone else so that way we could kind of change the pace. The only problem is that following the co-chair is that they have to be here if the chair is not here. So, it's a big responsibility because we'll look at each other, can we run or can we not run the meeting? And that kind of cuts it down. So I don't know if someone else wants to jump in.
I nominate Ms. Valentine.
I can second that.
I'll take it.
You take it?
Okay.
Okay, so there are two nominations, one to keep Mr. Quiles as vice chair and one to have Ms. Vanessa Valentin as vice chair. So close discussion,
No,
right?
let's
Or no?
not do it as
Or how?
as two. I will
Or you don't wanna,
withdraw.
okay.
So that way,
Got it.
it is hard not only to see two candidates debating a position, but I cannot debate a position with my daughter.
Let's go for vote. No,
So I
You drop the nomination, okay.
Thank
So-
you, Mr.
Thank you. Sure.
Thank you.
Quiles. So we have only one nomination for Ms. Valentin to be the vice chairperson. So close discussion, roll call for vote, please.
Mr. Caputi,
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus,
Yes.
Ms. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez, Ms. Hernandez, Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
Ms. Marie, Mr. Quiles,
Yes.
Ms. Valentine,
Yes.
myself, yes. That's 10, yes.
10 votes. So we have a new vice chair. Thank you, Vanessa Valentin. So the next item on the agenda is motion and selection of the FOIA OMA officer. As everyone knows, I've been holding two positions in the same LLC. Due to the personal situation, everyone knows already. So I would like to resign to the position.
So it's vacant.
It's vacant.
I think that's a very tough position.
Mhm.
Knowing what this council has gone through for a very long time in regards to FOIA, and people filing complaints against us, right, in the state's attorney. I'm not was absent for 2 years, but I lived it when my children were here. I'm sure I'm gonna live it now as a community rep. That takes someone that's persistent, right? That is clear about their values, that responds quickly, right? I know no one wants it. I'm not sure if the person I'll nominate wants it, right? But I'll nominate Jose Quiles, and I'm gonna say why I nominate you. You have had 30+ years of local school council experience, right? You know the process. You, more than many of us in this council, have the time to be able to make sure that we're ethically functioning right, that we're ethically doing what we're supposed to for the students. We shouldn't leave it vacant. Leaving it vacant is showing that we can't handle what's being asked or that we can't respond as that position is required to respond. So I nominate you, Jose Quiles, to take over the FOIA for this council.
So the question
It's
is,
a tough one,
do
I
you
know, you
accept
could
the
refuse it,
nomination,
but-
Mr.?
It's more better to have representation than not have representation.
Once you think you're out.
There is no,
I
No,
thought I
one
was taking
second.
a vacation. Yeah. No, I understand. I mean, the worst that we could do as a council is see that we're weak in a
Mhm.
position. And I mean, at the other schools, I've been handling the FOIA for so many years that I don't mind as long as we work together. I mean, I'll call it out how it is because that's the FOIA's responsibility as the OMA.
Mhm.
So I'll try. I'll try for a while. And if I get weak, I'll let you guys know.
Just know you'll have
So
one
in that
tomorrow,
case-
right? So we have to be resilient, right? We have to remember why we're doing the things that we're doing and why we're sitting in
Right.
this council. So that's my nomination.
I second it.
And Ms. Dunn second. Okay, so close discussion and roll call for vote, please.
Mr. Caputi,
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus,
Yes.
Ms. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez, Ms. Hernandez, Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
Ms. Marin, Mr. Quiles,
Yes.
Ms. Valentine,
Yes.
myself, yes, that's 10 yes. Motion passes.
Motion passed, and we have a new elected FOIA OMA officer. Thank you, Mr. Quiles.
We'll all be resilient together.
Yep. So next item on the agenda is motion and selection of the new member. If we have three or four.
Four.
We have 4 parent vacancies, and I know we have 1 application today, so we can fill this vacancy.
One, four.
And it's been announced for months.
Can I ask a question? So a teacher contacted me and said there's also another parent that's interested. And she wanted to know what the procedures were. Do they fill out an application?
They have to come to school and fill out an application.
And then we hear them out and we
Right.
vote them in.
Okay,
With Ms. Torres. She has the packets, Ms. Torres.
okay.
Okay.
So they come and get the packet, they fill it out, they turn it into her, and then they come to the meeting.
To the,
Mhm.
yeah. To the-
There's still 3 more vacancies, so they're not running it.
So will we keep this on the agenda then to fill the parent vacancies until every meeting until the
Yeah,
fall? Okay,
until
so
we
they can
fill
come
it.
to the next regular meeting.
So then we don't see ourselves having to wait to the next meeting. It's best to keep it in the agenda.
Yeah, right, okay.
Mhm.
And I would say, as we're talking about parent vacancy, I think that I'm actually, and I made this comment earlier as to why I was so happy that our community groups were here and our state rep's office and alderman's offices, because we need your help, right? Like, we do need your help in trying to engage parents that you work with in the school, that you may be in contact with, to learn a little bit more about the council and the importance of it, so they could join us and help us make these decisions. It's really hard for Steinmetz to have a functional council if we don't have the 6 parent reps, right? I represent community, but the parent voice needs to be heard, right? So I'm turning to you, community groups, that there's 6 vacancies. Let's hope that by the next meeting, we have 10 parents that want to join, and we then have a pipeline for next time, right? But I think that we could do this together. But I think, I make a call out to parents that please join. Español, okay? So, gracias, right? Es muy importante. So, yo digo que para el tema que estamos cubriendo ahora es los padres, la vacancia de los padres. Y para mí, yo estoy aquí representando comunidad porque no soy una mamá ya en el building, pero nosotros, para tener un concilio funcionable que va a hacer la diferencia en la escuela, va a hacer la diferencia en la comunidad, es tener un concilio que esté funcionando, que tenga 6 padres. So, les pido que los papás que ustedes trabajan, la comunidad que conozcan, que se envuelvan y que vengan. Sé que es intimidante, sé que no es fácil, pero estamos aquí toditos para apoyarnos y necesitamos la ayuda. So, yeah.
¿Puedes decirnos lo que se necesita hacer para los padres?
So, para ser un miembro tienen que tener un estudiante en la escuela, y básicamente ese es el requisito, que sean padres de estudiantes de la escuela. Y si le interesa, las aplicaciones las tiene
Ms. Torres in the main office.
Miss Torres en la oficina principal.
Que también los que son freshman, incoming freshman no pueden.
Claro que sí, son
Sí.
estudiantes, van a ser estudiantes. Esos padres Son muy crucial, porque ellos pueden crecer en la escuela con sus niños y pueden ayudarnos con recruitment, porque ellos van a tener la experiencia y van a ayudarnos. So she asked, could the incoming freshman parents join? I said, yes, those are the parents we want, because they could grow with their student here as Steinmans, and then they could help us with recruitment, as recruitment's one of our priorities for this year, right? They could help us with recruitment. When you have a motivated parent, they tell the comadre, right? It gets the word, and people that want to be here with us as Steinmans. So yeah, they're great. Thank you for asking. So I make a nomination to introduce Damaris. Damari is a parent. And you know what? I'm going to share your story, because your son wasn't at Steinman's when we met. So he was a student that didn't choose Steinman's because of the reputation that we tend to have, right? And he went to a different school. I don't know, and I will mention it. And I'm always telling people, try Steinman's. Like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So through, knowing her from the community, she tells me one year, she's like, my son's gonna go to Steinman's. He's gonna go to the IB program. He's gonna try it. And I was like, oh my God, that's great. As I'm leaving Steinman's, right? So she's been here, and I've been pushing her and telling her, get in the local school council. You have a voice. Your voice matters. And it was this year that she said that one of her son's teacher, Miss Doyle, talked to him about it, right? And he came to our office for a project, and I said, I told you, if you didn't do it because of me, do it because of your son. So Damaris, thank you for all you do in the community. Thank you for stepping up. And I know you'll be a great asset to this council, to this school. But I'll let you introduce yourself. I just wanted to let them kind of know what I know about you. Because, the good stuff don't get around, right? So just wanted to share that.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Damari Curola. My son has been here since, it's going to be his third year. He's going as a senior now. He's very happy to be here. I see him motivated. So that motivates me to make sure he wants to come to school. He made it through the last day of school, and I was like, you're weird, because at my times, nobody wanted to be here at the last day of school. And he came, and I was like, wow, okay, and he kept on telling Mom, Miss Doyle wants you to join. I'm like, what am I going to join? I mean, I don't know. And him pushing me to like, Mom, come on, let's do this together. And I'm like, you know what? I think it's a great opportunity for me to go and, just be part of it and see and help him grow as a person too. Because if he sees motivation in me, he motivates himself to keep on going and doing everything he wants.
Well, I second the motion then. Open for discussion.
Damaris, it's hard work. We have to be resilient, right? You'll get a little bit of everything, but you know where your heart is. You know why you're doing this. Stay focused on the kids and the future of the school. It's my heart advice.
Mr. Caputi.
Could you spell your last name for me?
Yes, it's GURROLA.
Thank you.
Any more questions? No? Okay, pause discussion.
Oh.
Roll call for vote.
Mr. Caputi,
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus,
Yes.
Ms. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez, Ms. Hernandez, Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
Ms. Marin, Mr. Quiles,
Yes.
Ms. Valentine,
Yes.
myself, yes, that's 10 yes. Motion passes.
So we have a new elected member.
Welcome.
Thank you. So the next item in the agenda is public participation.
There was a little sheet on
Set regular meeting.
No, we
Pero la
move.
cambiamos.
We move public participation for number 11, and
Where's the public? Oh,
we did for 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, because.
We did for 12?
Yeah, but.
Yeah,
I
set
thought-
regular meeting.
but I
Okay.
thought it said so
I'm
that
sorry,
way
I'm
they-
so
they can
excited
catch
today.
the regular meeting.
Oh,
Okay.
Set the regular meetings and a schedule for a school year 24-25.
I motion that we keep it on Wednesdays,
Same time.
same time.
Okay, Ms. Dunn, motion to keep them
What time Wednesdays?
5,
Second Wednesday of the month?
Oh, yeah,
second Wednesday
yeah.
of the month. She presents a motion to keep the second Wednesday of the month at 5 p.m. So if that works for everyone? Or any?
5? Can we do 5:30?
5:30?
5:30?
Traffic, people coming in.
5:30?
It's better for me. 5:30.
5:30?
I mean, I live here, but
I know.
Someone got a second.
So I second, oh,
So,
go ahead.
so present the motion as, second Wednesday.
Present the motion, yeah.
I motion to have the meeting the second Wednesday at 5:30.
So now the second, you
I'll
want a
second.
second?
Do we want to still hold, is it open for discussion? Sorry, Madam Chair.
No.
Yes, you did the motion, now you gotta open this.
Okay.
Now. So, open discussion?
Are we still keeping it the 2-hour limit to 7:30?
That would have to be approved
That's in
within
bylaws.
after,
Yes.
yeah, there's a couple of things that need to be approved that.
The only thing I would say, like for today, like 3 o'clock, had to take a half personal day, right? Like 5:30 is great. So
That
not
works.
3 o'clock.
Okay, so, any other same thing? Okay, thank you for your effort to be here. Any other comment? No? Okay, close discussion and roll call for vote.
Mr. Caputi?
yes.
Mr. De Jesus?
Yes.
Ms. Dunn?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez? Ms. Hernandez? Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Marie? Mr. Quiles?
Yes.
Ms. Valentine?
Yes.
How do you pronounce your last? Ms. Rocur?
Gurrola.
Gurula? Ms. Gurula?
Yes.
Hola. Ms.
Gurola.
Gurola.
Right?
Gurola. Yes, and myself, yes.
That are.
Yeah.
Smith it is.
11 yes.
Spanish.
Motion passes.
So we go through the dates.
So, do you have the CPS calendar in there?
Madam Chair, I could, can I make a suggestion that we skip August and start in September?
Who like?
Because, August, if we do it, we're gonna do it before the kids are here.
We could do that. There's a back to school event,
Mhm.
then we show up, right? And we even have a table, so we're activated. You know what I'm saying?
No, we'll be activated, but that'll give us time if there's something in August that we could go and say, hey, our meetings, it's gonna be September or whatever. So that way, we don't have to come in, because there's still some people on vacation. And they won't be back until close to starting school time. So that way we
It
give
just
them.
depends the urgency of what's happening in the school. Is there anything urgent that the
Well,
council will
then
have
that's
to
what
address?
Ms. Bishop should let us know.
Is there anything like like, you have a back to school, right?
We have the back to school bash. We have an open house, freshman orientation.
So do you, like, is there anything in that you need the council or anything?
No, just to be present, to show up.
What is the back to school?
Right now, we have it save the date as August 22nd. Yeah, every school is doing that.
Now, I would just wait till the public participation, maybe they'll present something and you could do some collaboration if they're planning to do a back to school event.
So it would be August 14th.
Yeah, they sent, I have a couple of calendar events, but 8/22 is a hot day. I just realized when I saw the event.
Yeah, like for.
Mhm.
17.
March 12.
Do you have anything to pass before the school year?
Mm-mm.
So
Off the top of my head.
Yeah, on
Like the
vacation.
big goat.
it would be September 11 if
11.
we move it on to September,
September 11th?
right? That's the second Wednesday, October 9.
October 9.
January 8th.
November 13,
I think we are.
December 11, January 8th, February 12th, March 12th, April 9, May 14, and June 11. I think that doesn't fall no
Holidays
Doesn't
or
sound like it.
vacations or
I'll check for January now.
January, yeah.
Mr. Caputi, you sent everyone the minutes like in an email?
We're good with January 8th.
With sending everyone a calendar invite where we're all on it, and if people like RSVP, then we know who's able to make it, who's not.
Yeah,
Sure.
so we find interested that doesn't
Yeah,
interfere
I get a
with any
list of the
vacation
names and
holidays.
emails. Or
I have to update the dashboard today.
Okay. So we
So
have
we
the
have a better
dates.
idea too,
Mhm.
like if there's a
That's good,
council
yeah.
meeting where people are saying no,
Right.
then adjust to it.
Okay, so we move to the next.
Yeah, we move on because we already approved the second Wednesday, so we're just going through the dates.
5:30 p.m. Okay, so next item in the agenda is public participation. I know there is a list right here. And I don't know, do we have anything, if we have received anything, any email? We have? Wait, are you going to, I think there is an email to be read for this meeting, right? For public participation, right?
Well, go ahead.
The timer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
I'll time it. Hold on.
if we're doing the email one first, or should I run?
Yeah.
We want to go with the
Let
email
me
first.
go, let me time it here.
Because I assume all that people is here.
Okay, go ahead. Ready?
My name is Walter Bresky. CPS website says Stymous enrollment is now 1,109, down from 1,152 from last school year. Is enrollment expected to increase at all? Why wasn't there a regular or special LSC meeting planned for today? When will the 2 April and 1 May LSC minutes be approved? Illinois Attorney General PAC is now involved and asked this LSC about this. Why hasn't this LSC responded with documents to my FOIA request from 9 months ago asking for internal accounts documents for the last 2 school years? CPS responded with those documents, and one purchase by Steinmetz was for $9,440 from Santana Print in 2022. Is anyone on the current or past LSCs related to the owners of Santana Print? What was the $12,000 plus donated from the Chicago Cubs used for? The field upkeep? Last regular LSC meeting, a vote to table a principal evaluation discussion failed. Why wasn't there more discussion on it then? Was the principal evaluation conversation purposely delayed to cover for someone? An LSC member mentioned at the last LSC meeting another LSC member could jeopardize the principal evaluation. If this is truly so, why was this LSC member allowed to vote on anything else at the last meeting? Per my ADA accommodations, LSC meetings agendas, notices, and minutes are to be posted on the school website. Why wasn't this meeting's agenda posted online 48 hours in advance per OMA? If an LSC member is going to speak in any language besides English, please have a verbatim and able translation to be given to the LSC in public. And that's it.
Next.
And I'm going to get the last name. Anna Lorenza.
Hello, good afternoon. So my name is Ana Lorenzana. I work with Noah Center. I am the parent organizer for 7 elementary school and 1 middle school here in Belmont Cragen. I know that Jenny already invited Ms. Welch's for our back to school events too. I think these are important events. I wanted to personally invite the whole council as well to join us. We will be having parents, right? And I think this is important to outreach to have parents for future, right? High schoolers that would like to apply to assignments to get to know like the programs, right, that the school offers. And just to let parents know that Steinmetz is here, Steinmetz offers all these programs. They just do the outreach, especially now hearing and seeing, right, in this local school council, the importance of the recruitment, right, for the parents to put in these councils. We know that parents have an important role in the councils, and we feel that the recruitment as well will be important in these communities. The 22nd, like Cassandra said, it is a really hot day. There's a lot of back to schools for that day, but we do have Mary Lyon coming up on the Summer Bash, which I know that you all always kind of support for that day. Yeah, and just wanted to share that information as well. I know that we will be in communication with Jenny as well for any questions or support you all might need. But yes, it's important, right, that our schools here, our students here in the community know that Steinmetz offers a lot of great programs. And many parents don't know that, and future students, you know, that would like to be part of the Steinmetz community as well. Thank you.
Veronica Tavares.
Yeah, sorry, I thought it was just for signing sheet, so I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Well, then that might be a,
Yeah.
and
Want you to read it? Erika Amaya.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to make a comment and thank you everyone for being part of this committee. I was part of this committee, not this one, but I've been part of LSC before. I know it's difficult and it's challenging, but it's great that you are trying to work everything out here. I just wanted to thank the principal, but really just because I work on Penn University, right? And I just wanted to let you know that because I heard earlier about the reputation of the school, it's changing, believe me. And I hear this from parents, the parents that come to adult programming, slowly, but it's changing, and that's what we're trying to do here. So thank you for allowing us to bring this resource to our community. And I know some of you were part of getting that space for our community. So I just want to say thank you, and please know that the reputation is changing and people are talking good things about Steinmetz.
Awesome.
Esther Martinez.
My name is Esther Martinez. I am also Housing and Immigration Organizer in the Northwest Center, and I would like to compliment your work and leadership here at the local neighborhood school. I am in favor of having this parent participation, so we can have just be part of the education of children, right, or students. And also I appreciate that Mr. Bichos has been really supporting and working with Northwest Center, and we have been able to do a lot of work here and with our community and parents, and we have also be able to know more parents that are having their children here at Steinmetz High School. And one of our focus is educating our parents so they can have more resources and, you know, the knowledge they need to be part of this fundamental, that part of the fundamental of the children's education. And we are planning know your rights for immigrants workers, and we would like to, if it is possible at the school capacity, to host the event here. It's a workshop, but I would like to be respectful. I know the resources sometimes are limited, so I would like, if it is possible, that would be great. If no, I will be open always to collaborate with the school and support the effort that we do here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Natalie Shaggy.
Sadly. Also, I also could use it for a attendance sheet. So like she said, I'd also like to talk about how I think parent participation is also a really nice thing. I feel like it really lets you know more about the community, especially since they have students attending the school. It kind of lets you have more insight, not just from students, but also from the people that live in the community.
Thank you.
Jubilee Hernandez.
Hi everyone. I was here to ask about the back to school bash, and also I do know that you're recruiting down. You guys are more than happy to come to all of our future events. I have been passing out your guys' flyer, but if you guys want to
Because you're more than welcome to. Thank you.
Can
Marco,
you send us a list of those events and we'll try to create among ourselves a group. We've been trying to gather ourselves to advocate, to outreach, so send us the information and we'll try to take it.
Marco Mendez?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Marco. I work for the state of Illinois. The office is down the street. We cover this area of Belmont Cragen, and we go all the way to Orchard Park. I work on education policy, safety, all that. So it's very critical that we connect and support our schools. We have 2 public high schools in our district, and we'd like to support them with enrollment, with programs, however we can. And we are in collaboration with the Northwest Center to also promote the laws that we pass. We pass workers' rights laws. We pass laws to benefit healthcare, to benefit seniors, for property taxes. And the school is a really good hub to be able to connect to a community. So with that said, the back to schools, we'd like to be part of the back to school, not only to bring resources and connect resources where tax money goes, because really your tax dollars are going to fund public programs, so we want to bring those public programs to the school.
Thank you.
And Catherine Kuba.
She just said.
Puedes hacerlo en español, pero si quieres decir algo en español, lo puedes hacer en español, no hay problema.
Me invitaron para esta reunión para ver cómo es la dinámica. Mi niña todavía no está aquí, pero quiero ver cómo es este tipo de reunión para después integrarme, porque vivo cerca de aquí y ya ella en el futuro va a venir para este colegio. Y bueno, quería ver cómo es la dinámica de este comité y qué es lo que se comparte y qué es lo que se discute en el contenido.
Y gracias por hablar español, porque nos recuerda que estamos en un lugar que, aunque asumamos que todo el mundo sabe inglés, una ciudad que ha recibido tantas personas de otros países, creo que nos debemos tener que quedar real con el español. So, gracias por hablar español. So I just
Translate what you said.
Yeah, so I just made a comment because this is a public committee, right, that is public to everyone, but she just gave me a reminder. She speaks Spanish and Spanish only. And we're in a sanctuary city that just welcomed over 15,000 migrants, right? And if these are open meetings and these are exclusive meetings, and we should really start talking about how are we being inclusive, because those might be the parents that want to be part, right? That's why we have Parent University, because then they could go to ESL classes there. Right. So we've always could support the parents. But I just, as we're gonna go bylaws, that's something that we should discuss, because we should be inclusive.
You want to translate a portion or the main idea of what she commented?
So she's here because she lives in the neighborhood and she wants to see the dynamic of the council, right? How does it work? How does it run the school? Because her daughter, son, or children could come here in the future. So she's doing kind of her homework way ahead of time to try and see where she could be. And that's empowering, right? Because if we have tons of parents like that and we're not inclusive, they're going to go wherever they're going to talk Spanish to them and welcome them. It's the reality.
Thank you. So we move to the next item on the agenda, which is adopt and re-adopt of the bylaws or establish. Adopt or de-adopt bylaws or establish bylaws.
I don't know if I have to wait till you open it for discussion.
There's not a motion on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some people have asked so that we could have greater involvement in the community with the teachers, that we could add to the bylaws, that we could have open it in a Google Meet, so that people who can't maybe make it here by 5:30 because they work, or the teachers that go have to leave for daycare, could we add to our bylaws, thank you, that we open it up to a Google Meet? I mean,
It's a CPS thing, right?
Well, yeah, the thing is that any amendments that is done to the bylaws that we already have to go through the law department. We approve them here and then we send it to the law department to get approved. If they're approved, then it moves forward. We had sent, and I believe that are these, that's why I think because it has so many pages and too long to discuss in a meeting, that we should kind of table it and discuss it in a meeting where we will have the time just for this, or a special meeting that we call once we come back to session in September. It's just a recommendation that I'm giving because you see, according to what it says here, to this agenda, it says adopt the re-adopt bylaws or establish. So if we re-adopt what we already had, then we move forward and then we could open it again to discuss the bylaws.
so are you,
I would present a motion to table today for our next, and call a special meeting to discuss the bylaws.
Well, this is the thing. There's two documents. There's one page that's real simple, and there's one that's in detail. Which I get from this is like what they want you to adopt a recommendation. So it seems like this document is what you guys had last year. The one page, right?
when they came from LC Relations, they said that we never got them approved. They were never approved.
So we have no bylaws then.
Right.
Yeah.
We tried to make an amendment and they didn't want the.
Okay, so that
So
means
they
we have
sent-
no bylaws,
and they
right?
sent it.
So that means that you're saying to table to create the bylaws.
Well, no, that's not necessary because when Ms. Ford came to say that they wanted us to adopt the one that they recommend, and we said, no, we have already in the bylaws. But, it's not our fault that they didn't get it, but I think we should revise everything that we have in order to move forward with the bylaws.
These ones were sent multiple times. And those bylaws were sent multiple times.
Because as you recall, when you were the chairperson, Ms. Valentine, we revised the bylaws and were sent in and they were approved.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you guys as a new council didn't create new bylaws, and I am where I stand. If you guys want to table, that's fine. You have to create new bylaws with a new council.
Well, no, bylaws are things that are amended.
Then where are those bylaws?
Right.
Is this one? These are the ones.
But that's why when we send the one sheet, they didn't get it.
No, but is this the bylaws for this council?
Yeah, so what happened
Which
was,
ones do
these were
council?
the last bylaws that were sent to the law department under the previous administration and under the
Okay.
previous secretary.
Right,
So those were the ones that we chose to remain with
right.
in the process. And they made recommendations, but we said no to the recommendations and we maintained the bylaws that were in existence
Yeah.
prior to. So these were the last ones that were sent to the law offices under the previous
So that
administration.
means that we could look at this page right
Yes.
now,
Mhm.
and we
Decide
could look
to
at
give
these
them-
bylaws and work off these bylaws. And if we need to amend, we could amend, right?
We tried to do that and the recommendation was like, no,
They sent
And-
it.
I don't know.
Because there's
and approve
things
this
that
one.
you would like to see.
right, yeah.
So then they sent when we made the
Okay.
amendments,
That's why I'm recommending that we tabled it, because there's some things that the teachers have heard from teachers to bring into the bylaws that we have to discuss and either put it there as an amendment to the bylaws. And I guess we have our part that, that if somebody cannot make it on time and they have to be on and Google or whatever, that they could.
No.
Now, if it's not in the bylaws, they can't.
Okay, so this reads adopt or re-adopt. So we could actually move forward in readopting these. What I'm hearing us as a council saying we want to amend the bylaws.
Yeah.
So when do we amend the bylaws? At the next meeting?
I would say call a special meeting just for the bylaws in September.
Okay, so because it's saying adopt or readopt, so
Right,
you
right.
adopt what you have,
We adopt
but
those.
we're in agreement that we're going to work on amendments.
Yeah.
These were never adopted. If you go back, when they attended our
We create
meeting, I know, but they
Right.
said these were never adopted,
They never received it.
so we don't
They
have
said
any bylaws right now.
They said they didn't receive it, but we
But we said
showed that, yes, we did
We
have
did.
bylaws.
They said that they found them. Those are the ones from,
Right.
this is from Mr. Jaramillo, Master Sergeant, the old LSC. These were the last ones that were approved. And then when we made amendments to this one, they recommended the 16-page document. But these were the last ones that were vetted by the old law department and the old LSC relations. So these are the ones that were last seen by LSC relations and the old law department before the change in chief and
Question, right
Go
now,
ahead.
there is no motion to adopt or re-adopt or anything.
No.
No, we are
just
technically
discussing.
like talking about
Is
it.
it, yeah, is it possible that we, like Mr. Killa said, to table it, give us an opportunity to review both, right?
And then make a
And make
decision
a
in our
decision,
own.
an educated decision and adapt or
Mhm.
adjust or whatever we need to do to move forward.
No, and make sure that what we're reviewing
Right.
is what we submitted and is what legal has. So then we have an updated document. But I think what I wanna make sure that we're all in agreement is we wanna review these at a later time and make the amendments necessary. Is that what we're saying?
can we work out for these in the meantime though? Because we
Yes,
need some
yes.
type of order in terms of the next meeting.
Yeah, you have to work out, if we approve these to move on, until we go into the adopting or amendment, we have to live by
There's
that.
nothing to,
I think so too. I think we should adopt these ones and then make
Then-
amendments if we want to, but at least today we have something.
see, because if it said amend, then we go right straight to that business, right?
But
But it's not that, right?
And just for the legality part, are we able to readjust it afterwards? Like you say, we make the motion, we approve these, we could adjust it later on or make the amendment?
Yes, you
Mhm.
can.
Okay.
And we're gonna make sure that in our open discussion, we say, hey, in the next meeting or whenever we want, whatever you guys decide, we will look at these.
Yeah, the amendments go through, so once we agree on amendments, they don't go into practice yet. They have to go to
Oh,
the,
to law.
yeah, so what I do is I have to send it to
Oh,
the law
okay.
department and
Okay,
LSC
so it's a
relations.
process.
Okay.
And then it may take anywhere weeks for them to get back depending on the review of it, and they may say yes or no to the amendment. So all amendments have to be approved by the law department.
So could we readopt the minutes the bylaws that we have, and then we were I think in an agreement to look into it in September?
I would just make one comment. That sounds, I'm sorry. Can I speak?
No, that's okay.
That sounds great to me. I'm just concerned about follow through. We've had this exact same discussion before, that we will have a special meeting to amend, and that was over, in a year and a half has gone by in it. So I'm fine with that, but I worry that I don't want this just to be, all right, let's adopt it now, we'll get to it later, and then we've got them, and then we'll just kind of never get to it later.
Yeah.
We have to get to it later.
Yeah, no, and
This
me and
is
Norma
sooner-
will make
sooner
sure
than
that
later.
it's in the next agenda. Like
Right.
that's what we could make sure
That's what I
of,
was gonna
right?
say, who does the agendas, just to make sure that that's in there.
Yeah, I think what happened
been
in the
working
past,
that
it
with
wasn't our fault, it was law department.
Right.
And then we got.
Because I mean, if you go through the points, actually, these are the amendments we initially create.
I get
So
it.
that's what we did. So this is the reflection of the work we did in that special meeting.
Yeah, I agree. It just kind of, at a certain point, it just kind of,
We'll have that conversation in
Yes.
September,
Yes.
right? if we go past
That's fine.
September, then we're not keeping our word, right? So
Right.
we said, let's
Right.
adopt what you guys have. And then in September, we look at it as a team and make the adjustments necessary.
Right.
And I would just add on, just now as a sort of, that's great, I have no problem with that. When September rolls around and we go forward, I would add on to what Ms. Dunn said and what teachers have acted, and especially after hearing all the public comment, how poignant they were and how sincere they were about Steinmetz and being open and advertising what we have and everything else. I think Google Meets is an excellent way to do it, right? We're a public body with public funds, and I think that using Google Meets, even people who don't go to school, like this one woman said, just living in the area, you got things to go do. You can be participating in our public school system in that fashion. So I think that's super important.
Yeah, and I agree, Mr. Caputi. Let's keep it real. I have trauma, right? From people wanting to watch a live video and then flip it and take it to do what they want with it, right? We're being FOIA every meeting, right? But yet when you try to engage with those folks, right, there's no engagement. We can't have a coffee. We can't have a one-on-one. So when I hear sometimes the opening in public, right, people take something good that we're trying to do and want to flip it to the negative. So I understand when people hear a Google Meet, oh my God, you know, but I think that this is our first meeting, it's a fresh start. And I think that we have to set the tone, and we set the tone ourselves to then set the tone to people in the outskirt, right? People are going to talk good or bad no matter what, but I think that's the hesitation many people have when it comes to the Google, right? And does that mean that we all go on Google and don't have this relationship, right? That would be a different console too. Because with my career, right, I will be telling you all the time I'm coming via Google, right? Because I'm still present in a meeting. But is that really a way to build relationship? Is that really a way for us as a council to say we're going to get work done? So when we talk about those things, we have to be careful, right? Because if we set it in there, is it good for us too, right? And it changes the dynamic. So I'm open to hear, right? It's my first time back in 2.5 years. So I just think that we need to do what's right for everyone, you know, for those here and those not. But we have a lot of trauma when it comes to, you know, taking what you say. Remember, I was the chair. I was quoted. Pictures were put everywhere, right? So
I'm familiar.
And I'm going through that too.
you know what I'm saying?
also,
So it's stressful.
I'm familiar with being wildly misrepresented.
and inclusive, I received this DCFS in my home.
By people in control of my
So
career.
can I present a motion to re-adopt the bylaw?
I second. So open for discussion?
We had all the discussion.
Yes.
So this is gonna be on the September meeting agenda.
Right.
Okay.
But so far we have something right from today to move forward. So we're legally okay with this approved. So,
September.
right,
Or then you submit it and then it takes months.
right. So close discussion? Yes, close discussion and roll call for vote, please.
Mr. Caputi,
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus,
Yes.
Ms. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez, Ms. Hernandez, Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
Ms. Marin, Mr. Quiles,
Yes.
Ms. Valentine,
Yes.
Ms. Gurola,
Yes.
and myself, yes. 11, yes. Motion passes.
11, motion pass. So we move to the next item on the agenda, and is to adopt and re-adopt rules of order for the LSC meetings. So I would like to present the motion to maintain the rubber rules of order in our LSC meetings. Thank you, Ms. Dunn. Open for discussion. Nothing to discuss. Close discussion and roll call for vote, please.
Mr. Caputi,
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus,
Yes.
Ms. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez, Ms. Hernandez, Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
Ms. Marin, Mr. Quiles,
Yes.
Ms. Valentine,
Yes.
Ms. Gurola, And myself, yes, that's 11. Yeah.
11 votes, motion passed. So next item in the agenda is the announced date of the first regular meeting. And our next is going to be September, you said September
11,
September 11
5:30.
at 5:30 PM. So next item in the agenda is to adjourn this meeting. So I would like to present the motion to adjourn this meeting at 4:14 PM. Thank you, Ms. Dunn. Open for discussion. Close discussion and roll call for vote, please.
Mr. Caputi?
Yes.
Mr. De Jesus?
Yes.
Ms. Dunn?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia Rodriguez? Ms. Hernandez? Ms. Hernandez? Ms. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Marie? Mr. Quiles? Ms. Valentine? Ms. Gurola?
I don't know what.
And myself, yes, 11, yes.
So 11 votes in favor and motion is, and meeting is adjourned. We're done. Thank you, everyone.